So it seems like even in addition to the corporations, there are institutions like the Catholic Church, a lot of universities. Georgetown University had a big thing about reparations. It seems like everybody should be invited to that party, don't you think?
Absolutely. There's a book called Ebony and Ivy that talks about how your Ivy League schools, Harvard, Yale, Brown, Princeton, all of them gained their wealth off of the enslavement of our ancestors. They were complicit in that, Georgetown as well, and many, many others. So yeah, they need to be invited to the party. I want to go back to the government for just a moment, then I'll look at some different corporations. I heard a startling statistic just a few days ago. If you're B1, you already know Robert Smith is the wealthiest black person in America. And I heard an interview where he said over 60% of black wealth goes towards servicing student loans.
Wow, 60%.
I had no idea. He found this out. He found this out when he was the commencement speaker at Morehouse, and he made a declaration that he would pay off all the student loans of that graduating class. And he found out that it wasn't so easy, not because he didn't have the money, but because there were some operational things that need to happen. But he said over 60% of black wealth is tied up in the servicing of student loans. But watch this. Most of those loans are being paid to the U.S. government.
Yes. Yeah.
So I don't want to gloss over the government part, but going back to corporations, Sister J was absolutely right. When we look at the different insurance companies like Aetna, when we look at Wells Fargo, when we look at Bank of America, all these different companies were complicit and actively involved in our enslavement. In addition to that, you have companies like Firestone. What does Firestone produce?
Tires.
Tires. What is the raw material needed for tires? And where did they get it from? They get it from Liberia. See, I want to make this as practical as possible. So when you're riding home on your tires, you can be thinking about reparations. When you go to a break and you go to a vending machine and you get a bar of chocolate, where does the cocoa come from that Hershey's uses? Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire. And so as a result of that, they're using child slavery labor even to this day to produce the chocolate that we consume. And by the way, Hershey isn't just chocolate. Hershey is all those others, chocolate bars and different things that you enjoy. And so when we talk about reparations, we got to dig down real deep. I'll give you another example. How many of you have heard during the Easter season, there's a particular kind of chocolate? Y'all remember the Cadbury's eggs? I looked up to see who was Cadbury. John Cadbury owned the Ghana West African Cocoa Company. So he was a British man who went into Africa and set up this chocolate company. See, all this stuff, when you start digging, it starts to become very clear. So there are very few industries that exist today that would not be impacted and have a need to pay us reparations. If not for the enslavement, what happened after our enslavement?
All right. Clap for that, please. Okay, so we have just a few minutes left for some brief questions. Questions, remember, not statements, not soliloquies. You can email those to us afterward.